Here we are looking at a high-fidelity, interactive, force-directed network graph. The nodes organize themselves dynamically based on their relationships and settle into an equilibrium state, representing the standard for modern enterprise data visualization. Standard charting libraries often reach their limits when confronted with bespoke data requirements. When a project demands custom interactions and highly specific geometry, prepackaged solutions frequently lack the necessary configuration depth. This diagram shows the three non-negotiable requirements of a production-grade chart: rich pointer interactions, WCAG-compliant keyboard navigation, and explicit screen reader parsing. Meeting all three requirements forces developers to combine the industry standard for user interfaces, React, with the industry standard for data visualization, D3.js. React and D3 possess conflicting architectural philosophies. Building this graph requires completely deconstructing how we use both tools. This animated tree shows React's primary operational mechanism, the virtual DOM reconciliation algorithm. It predicts and batches UI updates, keeping direct interaction with the actual DOM to an absolute minimum. D3, however, operates on an imperative data join paradigm. It directly mutates DOM elements via its own enter, update, and exit selections. When both libraries attempt to control the DOM simultaneously, the architecture becomes volatile. React expects complete ownership of the elements it renders. When D3 alters them, the result is unpredictable render cycles and missing elements. Developers have historically attempted to resolve this with crude workarounds. The D3 within React method blocks React component updates entirely, while the React faux DOM approach virtualizes the DOM twice to trick D3. Both of these workarounds incur severe performance penalties. When a dataset involves thousands of individual nodes and connections, duplicating the virtual DOM causes immediate frame rate degradation. Attempting to share DOM control between two competing update cycles leads to persistent instability. To maintain fluid performance for complex data, the architecture requires a strict division of labor. The modern standard pattern for hybrid integration solves this paradox by enforcing a rigid boundary. D3 is restricted exclusively to mathematics, and React is restricted exclusively to rendering. This architecture map illustrates the actual structure of D3. Its true power lies in its mathematical generator modules, not its DOM selection methods. We keep the math and discard the DOM manipulation. React already has a native mechanism for element lifecycles. By assigning unique component keys to elements, React natively handles entering, updating, and exiting without ever touching D3's .join method. Delegating all renderment to React eliminates the collision paradox. It also unlocks the full stability of React's native state management. To understand how this works in practice, we have to look at the D3-shape module and dismantle the misconception that D3 must append elements to the screen itself. In this generation pipeline, an array of coordinate data feeds directly into a generator like D3.line. The purely mathematical output yields a complex SVG path string, explicitly proving no HTML elements are created. React dynamically maps this raw string to a JSX path tag. This logic extends to other chart types. In a pie chart, a module like D3.py takes an array of values and exclusively calculates the precise start and end angles for each slice. Those calculated angles are then sequentially passed to D3.arc, which acts as the final generator to produce the SVG path strings. Extracting D3's math from its DOM manipulation turns complex visualization rendering into a highly predictable string formatting pipeline. Pivoting to the force-directed graph, this wireframe reveals the physics layer. The D3 force module iteratively recalculates spatial coordinates. The link force acts as virtual springs, pulling nodes together, while the charge force creates magnetic repulsion, preventing an overlapping, unreadable mass. Finally, the center and collision forces act as boundaries, maintaining the entire graph within the limits of the viewport. This simulation runs on a tick architecture. Through a process called alpha decay, the simulation starts with high heat, rapid movement, and iteratively cools down until the nodes find their permanent resting place. The integration mechanic here is simple. On every single tick of the simulation, we capture the newly calculated x and y coordinates and pass them to React state, which then triggers a re-render. Isolating this physics simulation on the DOM allows the hybrid architecture to smoothly animate thousands of complex vector calculations frame by frame. A visualization is incomplete if its data is opaque to assistive technologies. Under WCAG 2.1 compliance standards, relying entirely on mouse hover states to reveal data automatically fails the accessibility requirements. This diagram shows the implementation of keyboard navigation. By assigning tab index equals 0 to the interactive SVG elements, users can traverse the data logically without a mouse. You must also bind enter and space keydown events to these elements, allowing them to trigger the exact same tooltips that mouse users see. Standard SVG shapes only announce themselves to screen readers as a generic graphic, offering zero insight. We solve this by applying dynamic ARIA label attributes to the nodes. On focus, the screen reader explicitly announces the data trends and specific metrics tied to that coordinate. This sits within an overarching semantic HTML structure, achieved by wrapping the entire SVG context inside a standard figure role figure tag. Here we see the most robust accessibility fallback available, providing a complete HTML table containing the exact same dataset directly alongside the chart. A specific CSS class, .visuallyHidden, is applied to this table. This hides the raw grid of numbers from sighted users, keeping it fully available in the DOM for screen readers to parse row by row. Treating semantic HTML and ARIA protocols as fundamental data structures from the beginning results in a more resilient application. Designing these systems into the foundation avoids the technical debt associated with trying to retrofit accessibility as a secondary layer. Tracking raw JSON data as it travels through the complete stack reveals the final synthesis of this architecture. At the foundational layer, D3 acts purely as an invisible math and physics engine, transforming raw integers into precise screen coordinates. At the middle layer, React leverages its virtual DOM reconciliation to safely and efficiently render those coordinates into visible SVG elements. At the top layer, semantic HTML and ARIA structures ensure universal accessibility for all users, regardless of how they navigate the web. Combining these frameworks correctly means you have to discard old assumptions about how both tools operate out of the box. Professional data visualization at this scale relies on treating mathematical calculation, DOM rendering, and user accessibility as strictly isolated, yet perfectly synchronized domains.